Hey everyone, how are you all going at the moment? There is no denying that right now, currently, the intense energy is packing a punch for everyone. I'm just going to quickly share this and then we'll get on with today's Facebook Live, which is about what is your soul revealing to you right now. So the reason I wanted to come in and do this is, first, I actually have internet. I haven't had it all week. And two, I wanted to be able to offer some ways in which to help you to be able to best support yourself right at this time, through just sharing some guidance on what is really going on out there at the moment with all the energy. Hey Rebecca, how are you, honey? So with these intense energies that are circulating, hey Amanda, how are you? With the intense energy that is circulating at the moment, there is always a soulful message that is always being relayed back to us. But sometimes we don't always understand it because we get caught in the superficial level of just our intense emotions, our feelings, all this kind of stuff. And with all of this very intense emotion, it's very easy to get very scattered and feel very hypersensitive to everything that's going on. Hey Maria, how are you, gorgeous? So I wanted to share with you that at this current time, your soul is revealing to you about change, transformation, and how it does that is it is pushing us. We're not being guided, we are actually being pushed outside of our comfort zone for us to be able to grow and expand. Hey Helen, how are you, honey? And it does that in lots of different ways. So I'm going to share with you a few different ways, and I hope that it would love to hear if it connects with you. Hey Natalie, how are you, honey? So how our soul encourages us to change. As we know, we've had a full moon. So the full moon is bringing things to the surface for us to clear, but to illuminate how powerful and resourceful we are. We have Mercury retrograde, which is about revealing our truth bombs, being really raw, real, and honest with ourselves, and to be able to create change, to be able to have a look at what is not working and look at ways to be able to do this. Now, how it will do that at this current time is you will find that your emotions are really, really fried and really intense. Like if you're feeling anxiousness, it's going to be at a high level. So we are having anxiety, we're having fear-based thoughts, we're having doubts, we are having frustration, overwhelm, had enough, being pissed off, angry, all of these emotions. Hey Natalie, how are you? I am well, thank you. Hey Carmelita. So what I wanted to come in and share with you was how to best support yourself at the time. I myself and a lot of other people out there, we are getting these intense raw emotions that are surfacing and we don't know what to do with them, and we're getting stuck in the emotion rather than seeing the gorgeous guidance that is coming through the emotions that our soul is trying to reveal to us. But if you don't know how to find that, it's so easy to get stuck in those horrible emotions that just keep circulating over and over and over, and we start to plummet downwards and we start to feel so shit within our own self. So when you have an emotion that is intense, that's coming to the surface, the best thing to do is to ask yourself, what is my soul revealing to me? So say, for example, you are experiencing anxiety. Ask yourself, what are you actually anxious about? And then discover what the answer is. From there, this is where change and transformation comes in, because once you understand what has been revealed to you, then it's that time of transformation to go, okay, if this is creating so much anxiety for me, what change needs to happen around this particular situation? So using anxiety, if you're anxious, what's creating anxiousness? How can you change that? If you're having fear-based thoughts, what are those fears? What are they revealing to you? What are you fearful of? And what change can you create? This is where we start to take this beautiful, high intense energy at the moment, and we start to really understand and discover what is it trying to reveal to me, so that I can understand what my soul is trying to share with me to be able to move forward. Now, it does that with our emotions. It does that with our memories. All of a sudden, we're having memories of things coming up. And it could be like for myself the other day, I had a memory around the time after I had the boat accident, and it would have been so easy to have naturally thought that memory was revealing where I was anxious, depressed, and felt suicidal, and all of that. But the actual hidden gorgeous message was, what did it ignite within me? And therefore that gave me something powerful that I could move forward. But if you get stuck in just the old memory and rehashing that without looking objectively around the situation to understand that there is something powerful being revealed to you, you can't move forward. And this is what I really want to share with each and every one of you. So how to move forward through these intense energies at the moment, to be able to get the change, to have the transformation. And what's also being shared is how to step out of your comfort zone. Your soul is revealing to you that change and transformation is needed. And in order to do that, we need to step out of our comfort zone. And that, when we feel highly sensitive at this time and point, you sort of feel exhausted and you don't feel like really doing it. You know it's exactly what you need to do. Like, say, for example, you've got all of a sudden you're just noticing that you're feeling depressed, you're feeling really low vibing. You start realizing, well, I haven't really been eating or really taking care of myself or doing any self-nurturing. And then your guidance is going, okay, well, you need to do this kind of self-care. How do you bring yourself back into alignment again, yet you can't be bothered to do it? This is where the transformation happens, is stepping outside of your comfort zone of going, okay, I may feel like shit, but I'm going to do the things that I know my soul is revealing to me, even though I feel like crap. But I know that in a very short period of time, I'm going to start feeling awesome again. If you choose not to do that, you're going to keep staying in that space of feeling activated or triggered by the intense emotions. And this is not what our soul is trying to reveal to us. So it does it through our emotions, it does it through our memories, and it also does that through different types of situations that are being revealed to us. We can have a situation pop up at the moment that can activate an emotion, and again, it's about being able to go in and ask yourself, what is my soul trying to reveal to me? At this very given point, there is an activation of connecting into that courageous part, that bravery, that being ignited by your passion to deeply connect with yourself, to stand up for yourself, to stop saying yes to everyone and people pleasing and actually say yes to you, to let go of those limitations, break through those boundaries. These are all the things that our emotions, situations and memories are revealing to us. So you've just got to be able to go in and find out what particular message is it that it's giving to you. So, you know, maybe your soul is saying to you, it's time for you to be brave and say yes to you. Of course, that's naturally going to make you feel really uncomfortable, but the uncomfortability is short term. Staying in this horrible space of just allowing yourself to be consumed by the intensity of the energy at this point, you know where it's going. It's like a funnel. It just goes straight downwards, and then it makes it harder because you have to bring yourself back up again. So I'd love to hear if this is resonating with everyone as to these are some of the things that are coming up. So the greatest ways in which to be able to support yourself is to be able to understand discover what that gorgeous message is that's been revealed to you right at the moment. Go on a curious exploration of discovering what is that soulful message that's coming through for you right at this point. Look at what things need to be implemented to create the change that your soul is urging and really pushing you in the direction of creating that change, and then supporting yourself through that time of transformation. Understand that if you're going to do things that take you outside of your comfort zone, you are going to feel a little bit anxious for a little while. Be okay with that. If you realize that your fears are going to come up, understand that's a wicked thing, because that means that you're pushing through those barriers, and just on the other side of fear that's where joy, happiness, and wicked awesomeness exists. So we have to go through each of these different phases to be able to get the full the fullness of what our soul is trying to reveal to us at this given moment. And this is where we can give this gift to ourselves. We can give ourselves every single thing. We can support ourselves each and every single step of the way to be able to help go through that full transformation process. Because if you'd seen a few weeks ago, I did a Facebook Live on the transformation process, which is most people will go, okay, these are the things that need to happen. Start doing that transformation, and the moment they hit any resistance or barriers, they just go, oh, obviously I mustn't be on the right track, or this isn't working for me, and walk away. That means that we don't actually fully go through that whole transformation process, so therefore we're only going to revisit the situation again now. So your soul is saying, okay, we're going to collect all the shit that is going on, because a lot of it bundles up into one particular theme. So you may be finding that particular themes that are coming up are around having courage, are around believing in yourself, around taking a stand and saying yes to you. So it will bring up a whole collaboration of emotions, situations or memories that all fit underneath that one umbrella, so that when you actually go through that whole transformation process, once you've got to the other side, you've actually cleared that whole bundle of emotional blockages that have been there. So we have fulfilled the full moon energy, which is releasing and letting go, and we've harnessed the Mercury energy, which is renewal, revisiting, around change, transformation, and around our own soulful truth. So this is how we get to harness the energy that's going on and let it guide you and follow that guidance. And a lot of the times, the only thing that is going to prevent you from following that inner guidance is your human head, because you will want to overthink things. You'll want to make situations 10 times worse, blow them out of proportion, allow yourself to get stuck in the feeling that you can't do anything, or I don't have the energy to do it. This is where Mercury retrograde comes in, and it goes, are you not sick and tired of listening to your own fucking excuses? And that's where our truth bombs come in, because they remind us that, hey, you have got so used to listening to your own BS that you haven't even understood or taken forward that first bit of information, which is it's time to ignite that courage. Listen to the voice that's coming and the guidance that's coming through from your soul, because your soul is what is guiding you. But it's your human mind that is getting stuck and creating the resistance. Drop down from the head and into the soul and let that guide you. Yes, that doesn't mean that the moment that you drop into that soulful place that you're going to be like, peace, I'm feeling awesome. You could still be feeling not so amazing, but the difference is you have so much more insightful wisdom to be able to understand my soul is trying to reveal to me to be brave, to be courageous. Okay, so I can still feel crappy while I still pursue this, and in a very short time, that crappiness feeling is going to move away, because I am going to start recognizing that every tiny step I take towards that particular thing that's been revealed to you, i.e. bravery, courage, believing in yourself, each tiny step is one step closer to feeling and moving towards the direction you're supposed to be. Or you have that choice, and this is where we as humans have a choice. We can either move towards where our soul is guiding us, or we can stay stuck and feeling like crap. And I don't know about you, but I certainly don't think that that is exactly what this is what we're supposed to have. What we're supposed to feel at this time is to just feel stuck and feel crap within our own self. So these are a few little things that you can do for your own self to understand that you are actually a very, very potent and powerful manifester, that you can create the things. Let your soul guide you. Then ask for more guidance. How can I create this change? Please support me while I make this change. What is it that is my bigger overall picture? How do I activate, or how do I stay in that space of courage, i.e. all of those kind of things? And this is where we start to start embracing, because there's always going to be energy shifts. There's no denying that. There's always going to be planetary shifts. But the best thing that you can do for yourself is to have a deeper understanding of what is being brought to the surface for you. How is that affecting you? and what would you like to see done differently. And therefore, we stop having these moments where the energy and planets and blah, blah, blah affect us. We have so much more wisdom to be able to understand when these planetary changes happen, this is how it affects me. So how can I, through learning how to support yourself now, the next time we go through a full moon, the next time we have a lunar eclipse, the next time we have a Mercury retrograde, you have so much more information next time that it happens, because you go, now I remember this is what happened and these are the things that I did to support myself through this time, so I wasn't reactive to the energy that's going on. I wasn't constantly being triggered by this. I actually have so much more intuitive information the next time this occurs, and you go on a journey of exploration and rediscovering more things about your own self. You are more than what you just see at the moment. There is, it's like the iceberg. We're only seeing things on the surface level. Our role at this point is to drop down and have a look to understand what is going on underneath the surface, which means going within and really going on that soulful quest of being able to understand what your soul is revealing to you at the moment, because this is where we create rapid change. This is where we become empowered. This is where we start to access our own soul truth. This is where we get to access some of the most powerful resources within our own self. And these are all the things that we can give to us. Yet a lot of the times we are seeking outside of ourselves for understanding, not knowing what's going on, withdrawing, getting stuck in the emotions. And for me, this is not a cool place to be in. And this is why I was so wanted to come in and have this conversation with each and every one of you, for you to have a deeper understanding, to go on that quest of being curious to explore what your soul is revealing to you, so that you can bring your focus back onto the change and transformation and soulful truth part. Once you've received the understanding of what your soul's revealing, what needs to create change, and then move into the steps of the actions of what do you need to do to bring things back into alignment. And you'll start noticing that even when you start doing those kinds of things, even though you may not be fully feeling the immersion of happiness or joy, there'll be a tinge of you at this point that goes, I'm really pleased that I did that, or I'm really pleased that I did this for my own self. I know that this is helping support my own self. And this is where we're being guided to, is to be able to understand that we are very, very empowered beings. And if we recognize our own potential and step into that potential, take that ownership and responsibility for where we're at, and to understand that you can bring yourself back into alignment. That shit is powerful when we start remembering that. And that is what we are also being ignited, is to remember our own inner strength right at this time. And strength and courage and bravery and all of those things, they don't show up when we're feeling awesome. They show up when we feel like shit. They show up to remind ourselves that you can fucking do this. And sometimes it can be ignited by anger. Like once you realize that something is holding you back, sometimes that first explosion of anger of going, I am done with feeling this way. I am done with thinking this way. I am done with this. And letting that anger, rather than being angry and frustrated at what's going on, let that anger and frustration fuel the change and transformation that your soul is encouraging you to do. So Wednesday through till Friday, the weekly energy forecast was about energy. Where are we channeling our energy? Are you channeling it to keep reminding yourself how crap you're feeling? Or are you channeling to go on the quest to make the change that your soul is revealing to you? And those elements of courage and bravery, they show up when we feel like shit. So don't think for one moment that all of a sudden your soul's saying, be courageous, and you're like the warrior queen, like, woo, I'm ready to go. It doesn't. There will be that part in your own self that goes, I've had enough. I just want things to change. Show me how to make change. And then it's revealed to you that you need to be courageous to take the steps necessary to bring yourself back into the alignment, move away from certain situations. So you may find that you have friends fall away. You may find that certain habits need to fall away, or you need to start creating new habits. Like if all of a sudden you recognize that on a physical level, mental, emotional, and soulful level, you feel like crap energetically, and you have done for ages, and then you have a look and you realize, well, you haven't been eating well, you haven't been doing anything to nurturing you, you haven't been shifting your energy, you haven't been doing any exercise of any shape or form. No wonder you feel like crap. And you go, okay, well, the first step is, okay, I'm going to make myself a great meal tonight. I'm going to bring some water in. I'm going to go for a walk today. And I'm going to do this every single day. And it doesn't matter if I feel like crap, because I know that in the long term, I'm going to feel awesome. And things are going to start shifting. I'm going to start feeling wicked again. So as I said, courage and bravery doesn't ignite, I'm going to feel amazing right there and then. It's about the courage to understand that you have the power to create change. The actions, the steps, the thoughts, the processes that you go through to get there takes courage. It's not the end result is to be courageous. It's courage in every step you take. It's bravery to be honest with yourself. It's brave to go, okay, I am where I am through the choices I made, and now I'm going to make different choices. That is bravery. These are the things that our soul is reminding to our own self, and every single person is receiving these same messages, but we're just all getting them a little bit differently, but the theme is still the same. Yeah, definitely, Ian. I totally thank you so much. I'm glad that connected with you, that you build more courage when you're feeling like crap, because it's that sometimes we've got to hit that break point. Through psychology and stuff like that I've studied, they've said that if you sit at a comfortable level of 7, of going, I'm just a little bit uncomfortable, I'm a little bit frazzled, you're not going to make that change, because it's still in a nice comfortable level. We want to have an uncomfort zone of 2, 3, 4, and that's where anger, frustration, and overwhelm. So rather than taking those deep, intense emotions and fire them at other people, or use those to ignite the excuses or blame game, we can use that anger and frustration and that to go, okay, I'm going to fuel that to create the change, because I am feeling so uncomfortable. And that's why everyone is feeling so rattled at the moment, is because they are so uncomfortable. And we as humans, we can be a little bit lazy in the fact that our soul will go, hey, let's create some change. And you go, okay, alrighty, that sounds really awesome, but nah, I'm not really up for that. So don't worry about it. And then all of a sudden your soul will go, you are requiring expansion. So I'm going to make you feel so uncomfortable, because it's now time for you to grow. It's time for you to be reintroduced to different aspects in yourself, and courage, bravery, standing up for your own self, getting a voice, following your truth. We don't do this on a day-to-day level. We don't do this every single day. So therefore your soul goes, I'm going to make you so uncomfortable, because I want you to remember that fire in your belly. I want you to be reminded how fierce you are. I want you to be reminded that you are a freaking powerhouse and you can do anything. So channel that anger, channel that frustration, and create the pathway, and allow yourself to be reintroduced to a new version of yourself. Be reintroduced to a version of yourself you haven't seen for a while, and realize your own potential. And this is what we are all getting. I am getting physical sickness, literally releasing. Definitely. Sickness is a way in which our body is saying that it is... on multiple levels. It's sick and tired of the way that we're feeling, sick and tired of the way of our thinking, sick and tired of doing the things that we're doing. It's also an indication that that energy is getting suppressed, because what happens is our soul will give us information on a mental, emotional level. So it will go, okay, it'll drop ideas and suggestions into your head. And then if you choose not to take the action, and your soul has tried for quite some time to communicate this information to you, it goes, okay, I'll send you some signs, I'll send you some synchronicities, I'll do these few things, and I'll bring this in to remind you that, hey, hang on a second, this information I'm trying to share with you, it's vital to your process, to your growth, to your evolution of self. If you don't choose to listen to it then the soul goes, my last point of contact that I can share with you is through a physical level. So you will hear that lots of people are experiencing physical pain because our body stores and holds our emotions because we suppress them, or we deny them, or we don't follow through with the guidance that's coming through. Sometimes it can be just through not understanding. But some of the times at this time and point, it's we understand, but we're too lazy to make the change because we don't feel awesome. And so it'll show up in a physical level. And this is where we need to be able to go in and understand that your soul is communicating to your physical body to get through to you what needs to be done. So when we have physical aches and pains, this is where some of that nurturing that we might need to do to ourselves is to go and have a massage. Not an intense, deep massage, but a massage that is going to definitely put things back where they need to be, but also about being able to help release the emotions that are coming out through our physical body. And it's a way of allowing ourselves to really reconnect back within ourselves when we become more consciously aware of what is showing up within our physical body. Because our physical body is a vessel in which our soul resides within. So our physical body is an indication that there is a soulful message coming through on a physical level. So we are supposed to be uncomfortable. We are right at this moment supposed to be frustrated and angry and pissed off, and we are feeling like you could probably rip someone's freaking throat out at the moment. Underneath that is some gorgeous gold. You've got to go in and find that for you. Discover what is being revealed to you, and then channel that fierce energy towards creating the change, the transformation, the growth that your soul is requiring. And you do that through activating those aspects within self that are about courage, bravery, standing up for yourself, having a voice. And these are the things that are not always, now I want to remind yourself that these are things that they're not the things that are expressed externally. It's not like, I'm going to be courageous today. It's that inner dialogue within your own self to go, you know what, fuck this shit, I'm going for it. You can do this, or get up off your ass. Come on, let's do something for yourself. You're going to feel awesome. These are the courage and the bravery and standing up for yourself and speaking your truth is all about you. It's not about expressing it externally in any way, shape or form. It is about the internal conversations that you're having with yourself, because it is the internal conversations that create the actions. It ignites the emotions to make the actions happen. So everything needs to be said with inside. That's awesome, Ian. I am so stoked that this has inspired you. It was wonderful to have you on. I love this, so please feel free to share. So definitely, Helen. This is very cool that you're aware that your physical body is relaying information back to you, honey. And I'm stoked to hear that this is resonating with people. Thank you for the hearts, the loves, the smiley faces, the giggles. But this is something that I am so deeply passionate about, is about being able to help each and every single one of you, to support you, to be able to help provide you with insider information as to what is going on with the energy, so that you can focus on what is the soulful message that's being relayed to you, not getting stuck in that human part of just getting stuck into your own thoughts, getting stuck in your own emotions, getting stuck in your own stories, all that kind of stuff. They are there to ignite. They are the start point to create the rapid change that your soul is revealing to you right at this moment. The greatest gift that you can do to yourself is to be able to take a few days to sit with this, to be able to, You know, the next time you feel like crap, ask yourself, what is it revealing to me? What is the change? Keep the shit simple. Don't overcomplicate it, because you're already at complicated things in the first place because you're stuck in your head. And the human part of ourselves loves to think it has reason and logic, and I can't create change without this, or it'll access all your shit. That's not where the gold is, but we're going to give it something powerful to do. So our soul is saying something's going on. Okay, we're going to activate this brain, because the moment that we ask a question to our brain must go find the answer. So when you say to yourself, what is, i.e., insert whatever it is that you're feeling at this moment, if it's a thought, a feeling, emotion, a situation, anything that is being revealed to you at this point, ask yourself, what is this, insert whatever it is, revealing to me now? There, we've given our brain something to do, and it goes off and it finds the answer and it brings it back. Then the next step is, okay, it brings into awareness something needs to change. Again, we use our brain. We come back, we connect back in with our soul. Then we use our brain again and we go, that human part of ourselves, what change and transformation needs to happen right now? Okay, we use our brain. We find what the answer is. Then the next step is to connect both your soul and your human part together. And this is where we need to be able to access that courage, that bravery, all of those kind of things, to be able to then take the information and turn it into actionable steps, and being patient and being kind and being persistent and being powerful and potent and believing in your own self. This is where we use the human and the soulful part to be able to complete the full transition through the transformation process. So there is amazing shit that's been revealed to us in each and every single one of us. It just doesn't start off feeling nice, but it also goes to show that our soul has been saying for a really long time that, like 2 weeks ago, I did the weekly energy forecast came up saying that you're being shaken to be awakened. That is exactly what's happening. We don't grow unless we feel that uncomfortable. So remember, this uncomfortability that you are experiencing at the moment is the biggest portal of soulful information, guidance, and wisdom you're ever going to get. And this is about feeling uncomfortable short term. Now you will be so informed with so much information as to what your soul is guiding you to receive long-term happiness, long-term alignment, long-term change, long-term evolution of growth. So we need to start off with the uncomfortability first. So harness it, embrace it, give thanks for it, even though it doesn't feel fucking good, I can tell you. And remember to keep the information within. It doesn't need to be shared with everyone. Yes, we can inspire and help and support one another, but it's that internal conversation that once we understand what the evolution is to use that to inspire yourself, to connect back in, to give yourself a kick up the ass to get yourself going on the days when you don't feel like doing it, or catch yourself the next time you're having crappy thoughts and go, you know what, enough, I'm done with that. These are the things that I want to feel. These are the things that I want to think towards my own self. These are the things I want to access within myself. Everything you ever need is within. And so this is where we are going through a time where we are dying and rebirthing all at the same time. The uncomfortability that we are experiencing is about creating a death of an identity and death of a version of your own self, while the transformation process is taking us on a rebirthing phase. So there are amazing things happening. They just don't feel awesome, and there is a very big reason for why we're not supposed to feel awesome. So I would really love to say thank you to each and every one of you that have jumped on this Facebook Live. I hope there is something that each and every one of you that can take away from this Facebook Live today. Please feel free to share it. And as always, please reach out if there's any way that I can help you. Much love to you all. Take care. Be kind to yourself.